Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we'll start with the sloka 38, but for the most part we'll try to discuss on sloka 39. Okay, so sloka 38. I'll try to uh, paraphrase the sentence. You try to repeat after me. Nahi jnanena sadrisham pavitram iha vidyate tat swayam yoga samsiddha kalena atmani vindati श्रद्धवान् लभते ज्ञानम् श्रद्धवान् लभते ज्ञानम् तत्परः संयतेन्द्रियः तत्परः संयतेन्द्रियः ज्ञानं लब्ध्वा परां शान्तिम् ज्ञानं लब्ध्वा परां शान्तिम् अचिरेणाधिगच्छति अचिरेणाधिगच्छति श्रद्धवान् लभते ज्ञानम् तत्परः संयतेन्द्रियः ज्ञानं लब्ध्वा परां शान्तिम् अचिरेणाधिगच्छति. Would you like to recite, Prabhu? Nahi jnanena sadrisham pavitram iha vidyate tat swayam yoga samsiddha kalena atmani vindati श्रद्धवान् लभते ज्ञानम् तत्परः संयतेन्द्रियः शान्ति ज्ञानं लब्ध्वा परां शान्तिम् अचिरेणाधिगच्छति. Translation. A faithful sloka 38 translation. In this world there is nothing so sublime and pure as transcendental knowledge. Such knowledge is the mature fruit of all mysticism, and one who has become accomplished in the practice of devotional service enjoys this knowledge within himself in due course of time. Sloka 39 translation. A faithful man who is dedicated to transcendental knowledge and who subdues his senses is eligible to achieve such knowledge, and having achieved it, he quickly attains the supreme spiritual peace. Purport. Both the purports are small only, so I'll try to read both the purports. Sloka 38 purport. When we speak of transcendental knowledge, we do so in terms of spiritual understanding. As such, there is nothing so sublime and pure as transcendental knowledge. Ignorance is the cause of our bondage, and knowledge is the cause of our liberation. This knowledge is the mature fruit of devotional service. And when one is situated in transcendental knowledge, he need not search for peace elsewhere, for he enjoys peace within himself. In other words, this knowledge and peace culminate in Krishna consciousness. That is the last word in the Bhagavad Gita. Sloka 39, translation. Purport. Such knowledge in Krishna consciousness can be achieved by a faithful person who believes firmly in Krishna. One is called a faithful man who thinks that simply by acting in Krishna consciousness he can attain the highest perfection. This faith is attained by the discharge of devotional service and by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, which cleanses one's heart of all material dirt. Over and above this, one should control the senses. A person who is faithful to Krishna and who controls the senses can easily attain perfection in the knowledge of Krishna consciousness without delay. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरद्विषे नमः हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिकान्ता राधाकान्ता नमोस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यस्य कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधारा श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna. Welcome for today's Bhagavad Gita discussion. So we are discussing the chapter 4 titled Transcendental Knowledge. And the focus of our today's slokas, the two slokas, are actually the concluding part of this chapter. This is the fourth chapter. This is the concluding part of the fourth chapter, titled Transcendental Knowledge. So, we'll quickly go through this sloka 38 and then we'll move on to 39. We'll try to discuss for the most part there. So, 38. In this world, there is nothing so sublime and pure as transcendental knowledge. Such knowledge is a mature fruit of all mysticism. And one who has become accomplished in the practice of devotional service enjoys his knowledge within himself in due course of time. So we know in this world, day to day, right, if we have to do anything, we should have some knowledge, understanding of anything that we do, isn't it? Without knowledge, without a little bit fair understanding about that, we will not be able to carry out that. So what it means that without knowledge, without proper knowledge, we may more likely so yes, without knowledge definitely we will not be able to succeed, right? Definitely we are looking for success in the life. That success requires due understanding, due knowledge about that activity what we are doing. It does not matter what that activity is, right? That activity could be related to some household activity, some professional activity, some professional commitments, or even commitments to take care of our own children, family. It requires some effort, some activity, some understanding. Without that, nothing is possible. Hmm? So then, what to speak of the spiritual knowledge? Certainly, it is required, because that knowledge is not spoken anywhere in our college or in our school, isn't it? Hmm? So knowledge, whatever we are introduced to or exposed to, is a knowledge that would help us to earn money, right? That knowledge is only to help us to earn money. It does not even teach us how to live the life using that money. It does not teach. But the most part of the life is about it, about that. Right? So just not about earning money, or money is not the only thing in the life. It cannot give us so many things. It can only give little, to the extent of taking care of this body, taking care of the needs of this body. Roti, kapda, makan. At the most, the money what you earn month on month, at the most will take care of that. Or at the most, it may take care of some emergencies, some exigencies in the family, for the self and in the family, at the most, isn't it? Beyond that, it won't help us. So, but the knowledge, what when we speak about transcendental knowledge, that is the knowledge that is required to lead the life in our original constitutional position. That is the knowledge it is speaking about. So today it seems to have time limit. So we'll try to go on to the next sloka, try to discuss a bit essence of it, because this sloka, next sloka, what we are going to discuss today, is very, very important. If we understand this essence of this sloka, I'm sure all our lives will be very happy. Very happy. And it talks about the same thing. So let me read out or recite the sloka again. Shraddhavallabhate jnanam tatparaha samyatendriyaha jnanam ladva param shantim achrenadhigacchati. It starts with Shraddha. Shraddhavallabhate jnanam. One who has faith is the one who will be able to receive this knowledge, or cultivate this knowledge, receive this knowledge. Okay, then after receiving the knowledge, what happens? Definitely, that is the question we should ask, right? Okay, I would be very faithful to something or somebody. I will receive this knowledge. So then what? What happens next? Any thought? What is that, Mataji? Ah, okay. Very nice. Nice. So that requires certainly bit stronger conviction, certainly stronger faith that yes, this knowledge is something useful, valuable, right? If we do not feel that that knowledge is really valuable and useful to our life, certainly there won't be so much of motivation for us to share with others, isn't it? But when we ourselves experience the effects of receiving this knowledge, then we will certainly be very motivated to share it with others, isn't it? Yeah. So that motivation is one. Second thing is, we personally ourselves, how we can get benefited receiving this knowledge, is this sloka. What is that? Jnanam labdva param shantim. Once we have received this knowledge, one will attain peace, shanti. Are you not looking for shanti? Are we? Are you not? We're all looking for shanti. We're all looking for shanti in our lives. We all want to be happy in our lives. So that shanti, the formula for that peace, the peace formula is in this. So So what is the peace formula then? There are three essential parts that is mentioned here. Shraddha, then tatparaha, samyatendriyaha. There are three words here. So faith, Shraddha. What does faith means? What is our understanding about faith? And faith in what? What is the faith in which we need to have that faith? Any thoughts? First of all, what is faith? And where should we put our faith in? Okay. And first of all, before that, what is faith? Trust. Yes. Unbreakable, unshakable trust. Okay. So, when we have that the complete faith, the full trust in somebody, we will be able to rely on that person. We will be able to pay attention to that person, isn't it? If that person is somebody, I don't have to really pay attention to that person. Right? But if that person is really very authority, Prime Minister Modi is coming. Yes, you will feel like, okay, he is coming here, so let's have his darshan. Like that, right? You will have that reverence or worshipful attitude when who is very authorized or a highest person who is of at that level. Right? Then we will have faith. Okay. So the faith has to be there. If faith is not there, what would happen? Yeah, that's another question. One, all of you agreed that yes, we should have faith in Krishna. Okay. If we do not have faith, what would happen? Why is it required? Is it so much important? Why faith is required? So when we will be able to have the trust, the dependency, right? When we are assured that that person is of that highest order or highest level, who can give us that protection, who can remove fear. So person who is not faithful or who does not have faith in anybody, just you don't have to get into Bhagavad Gita also, generally also day-to-day life. Say we don't trust anybody. We don't trust our friends. We don't trust our colleagues. What would be your kind of a thinking or the thought process in that mind or feeling in that mind? You feel like very afraid, apprehensive, feel like you are alone. There's nobody for you to trust, to open your mind, to share your thoughts, isn't it? Right? So if you do not have faith in anyone, or if you do not have that kind of personality to whom you can put your faith on, it's really a huge vacuum in our life. Right? So we are social beings. So certainly we need to have that level of trust with someone who we can take into confidence, to whom we can reveal, from whom we can receive guidance, etc. If that is not there, we will be always kind of very feels in seclusion, alone, easily even get upset also, because you are not able to share with anyone. It's just like a pressure cooker, the whole pressure is built within. I have nobody to share with. It's like that. So yes, faith is very important. If faith is not there, one will be fearful. Faithless person is fearful. Faithful person is fearless. is a stage we may not be able to come all of a sudden. That is a thing this sloka is talking about. How to reach to the stage or point where we are completely full faith in Krishna, full dependency on Krishna. But currently, all my faith is in my own capabilities, my own people, so-called people. I think of myself and my people. I have faith in my people. That could be my family, my friends, my colleagues. That's where we try to put our faith in. So the other person is also in the same position like me. I am trying to put faith in that person, and that person is also more or less similar position like me only, right? He also feels like, looks for somebody to whom he need to take into confidence, right? So it's like in the material world, Acharya say everybody in a kind of a drowning state, drowning in the ocean. When I'm already in the drowning state, can I be of any help to the other person? And other person is also in the drowning stage actually. Yes, correct. That's what we have to reach to that point. Yes, but currently we are all kind of more or less in the similar kind of situation where unhappiness is there everywhere, uh, fearfulness is there everywhere, and with everyone. In that stage, I try to first look about myself first, than looking about the other person, isn't it? So, for me to reach to the point where I am fearless, yes, as you said, भावना चाहिए. वो भावना कैसे मिलेगा? पहले भगवान के आश्रय करेंगे तो मिलेगा ना हमको. So that is the point. Yes. For us to be of some help to the others, first of all, I have to take care of myself. I have to pull myself out of this material rut. Then yes, I could be of some use and help to others. So पहले हम अपने आप को उद्धार करने का है. हम उद्धार करने के बाद और दूसरे वो भी चाहिए, वो भी मदद करना चाहिए. So like that. So what we are talking about here, yes, in the material world currently, everybody is like blind. How many degrees I have, how many doctorates I have, but I am completely blind. If I am blind, how can I guide the other person? And other person is also blind. A blind cannot lead or guide another blind. Can he? No. If he tries to lead, disaster is what you can expect. So that is the kind of reality in this material world. Everybody is in the kind of drowning state. Everybody is blind to this knowledge about the life. What is this life about? Is this life is just only earn, enjoy? Is that all? And are we really enjoying them?
To some extent, we want that, but after some time we feel some void in our life. So then we have to realize that no, this is up to some extent it is good, but apart from this, something other is there.
Right. So initially, that's the initial realization. Yeah, I don't think this is only the life. Life is not just earn and enjoy. There's something more higher than this is there. You start thinking about it. So that's where this Bhagavad Gita would be helpful. Till the time we are completely blind to this knowledge, we think that by our own abilities, we can enjoy and all that. It is a myth. It's illusion. And such happiness can never be obtained. Such enjoyment could never be obtained. Bhagavad Gita says, Krishna says, Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam. Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi Dukkha Doshanudarshanam. Anudarshanam. Everywhere you see, what you would see? Only dukkha, only misery, Only thing is that's the difference of, in terms of dukkha, what the other person is experiencing versus what I may experience might be different. The bottom line is dukkha. And again, as you said, yeah, momentarily I might be in the mood of very exciting mood of happiness or so. But how long will it last? Yeah, gulab jamun is very good, tasty for if you take it one bite or two bites. After third or fourth bite, will you still enjoy the same? Do you still relish the same way what you relished with the first gulab jamun? No. Oh, enough, yeah. Something different, right? I will start looking for something different. Oh, gulab jamun is no more relishing to me anymore now. Something more, something different, higher taste. I look for. So, material world is like this. It is never satisfying, and you would always feel like a void, empty, not filling, not satisfying. This is the nature of this world. Okay. So, this Shraddha, when we have faith in what? That's the next question we asked, right? One, yes, we need to have faith. But faith in what? If you do not have faith, we will be in a fearful situation. Okay, then, if you want to come out of this fearful situation, have faith in somebody, authority. What is that authority? In whom should we be bestowing or putting our trust or faith in? Yeah.
Krishna.
So, what does Krishna? Putting faith in Krishna means what does it mean?
उनके कहे हुए बात को मानना,
Huh?
उनके कहे हुए बात को मानना.
So, what are those? What are those spoken words or wisdom? What is that? What does it mean? Bhagavad Gita. So, Bhagavad Gita, all his instructions, which are given in this Vedic scriptures. Dharmam Sakshat Bhagavad Pranitam. Krishna by himself has personally spoken or given all this dharma of the living entity, of the jivas. He has given this. And particularly in this form of this Bhagavad Gita, just before ending of this Dwapar Yuga, Krishna has given this through the Arjuna, through the media of instructing to Arjuna, he has given this knowledge to us. And so we need to have this faith in three things: Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. Of course, Krishna too. All these guide towards Krishna. So these are the authority. Otherwise, if you try to put faith in somebody without knowing, blind faith, we don't know really whether that person is genuinely going to be helping me or no, or he is going to exploit me. I don't know. Because in the material world, everything is this cheating. I always look for what is there in it for me to enjoy, for me to increase my comfort, etc. So everybody is thinking those lines, the mindset, right? So we would easily get exploited if you try to put faith in somebody who is not authorized. So we need to have faith or put faith in Guru, who is coming down in certain disciplic succession in parampara. So a degree from so-and-so college is very authorized, isn't it? But whereas the same degree from some other college may not be equally respected or recognized. Right? Similarly, particularly on topics like this, we need to have that the faith in Guru, who is coming down in this disciplic succession, parampara. So Srila Prabhupada, who is coming down in this parampara, Brahma, Madhva, Gaudiya Sampradaya. So there are 4 sampradayas. In that, one of this is Brahma Sampradaya. Srila Prabhupada is representing, and he is representing that lineage, and in that lineage, in that path, the message, whatever spoken by Krishna in the form of Bhagavad Gita and so many scriptures, all that is being passed down to the generations after generation in that lineage. So in such people, if we put our trust and take take their shelter. We will definitely greatly be benefited. And Shraddhaval Labhate Jnanam. Then we will get Jnanam. Otherwise, the Jnanam we may get may not be authorized Jnanam. Yeah, some Jnanam we will get. If you go to somebody, some Baba, some sadhu here and there, yes, you may get some Jnanam if that Baba or sadhu is not coming down the proper parampara. But if we are looking for an authorized the jnana which is coming down the parampara system, that has to be taken only in that parampara system. Okay. So Shraddhaval Labhate Jnana. That's one part. Then what? Tatparaha. Tatparaha. What is the very much attached to it? That's the Prabhupada's the translation to that word. Tatparaha. Devoted. So once we have received that knowledge, we have to be um, uh, engaging ourselves, absorbed in that knowledge, in that consciousness. Okay, then do what? Okay, absorb myself, keep on meditating in the mind. Okay, this is what today I received in this class. Then what do I do? Next part talks about that. Samyatendriyaha. Okay, so knowledge what we have received, using that knowledge, what's that we should do? But samya, control what? Control what? Not control others. With the knowledge, we don't want to control others, but control the self. Control the self to begin with. Indriyaha, senses. Control the senses. Regulate the senses. Control the senses. Okay? So, Shraddhaval Labhate Jnanam Tatparha Samyatendriyaha. This is what is important. This first line is very important. So, one, we need to have the faith in Guru Sadhu Shastra. If we do not have the faith in Guru Sadhu Shastra, what is the problem? It is who is going to be put into distress because of this, our frightful situation. So, have faith in Guru Sadhu Shastra, Krishna, and his representatives. Then receive this knowledge. And then what knowledge? And there is another point again. Of course, there's a lot of things are there in this, but time is a factor we have to look at. So, what is the jnanam then? What is knowledge about? Jnanam is a very broad word, generic word, isn't it? Jnanam is knowledge. But what knowledge we want to receive? Right. So the whole Bhagavad Gita is about that knowledge. So Krishna says that there are 20 elements are there in the jnana. So knowledge entails or covers 20 aspects, he says in 13th chapter. Kshetra Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yoga in the chapter. So that's but we'll try to understand what this jnana means in a very simple words. This jnana is about who am I? The jnana is about what is material world, what is the nature of this material world. And this jnana is about who is the source of all this and who is the God. What is the relationship between the God and the matter around us or us? This is the knowledge we are talking about. At one level is this. Another level, when we have to work, do any activity, this is how we start, right? We need to have some understanding about the activity, right? Without understanding, we can't do work. That's what we started our discussion, isn't it? Okay. So, the consequence of if I do in certain way, what would be the consequence? If I do in a different way, what would be the consequence? This understanding is required. Okay. So Krishna says that if you do your activity with an anticipating a result, he says that would be that will have karmic reactions. If I do my job with an expectation that I want to get promotion, that will have karmic reaction, that will make us more and more suffering or distressful. But it's the same work. If I do it as a duty, what would happen? You will just enjoy what you are working. Whatever be the outcome will certainly will follow, right? Some good work is certainly going to be rewarded. How much of the corporate politics are there? Still, right? Good work is going to be rewarded. Right? So, the whole Bhagavad Gita is also spoken to Arjuna just to bring him to this point of do your duty, not be attached to the results, not be attached to not doing the work, or not be attached to doing a particular kind of work. We may say sometimes in the office also, I only like design and development. I don't like testing. Isn't it? Something like that. I don't know if you're IT people, then you will understand, right? So like that, it could be anything, even at home also. So when we are in the kitchen, we may say, I like doing only this kind of stuff. I don't like doing that stuff. Like that. So we will not be attached to some particular activity, or not attached to particular because I don't like it or like this. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachara ma karma phala heturbur mate sangusva karmani. This is a very popular sloka of Bhagavad Gita, which speaks about the karma yoga. How you have to do your activities. If you do not do your activities in this consciousness, it binds us. What does binds us means? It has a karmic reactions. It could have the karmic reactions could be in the form of good karmic reactions or bad karmic reactions. Okay, and it makes us more entangled. So the way to do our work is do as a duty, matter of duty, but with sincerity, honesty, integrity. Definitely, just because I am doing my duty, karna pad raha hai, karenge. It's not like that. We do with very enthusiasm, utsahat, nischayat, dharyat, tat karma pravartanat. We do our duty enthusiastically, with the determination. What are duties we need to perform? If you do it in that way. And what would happen? Shantim, jnanam latva param shanti. So that is the jnana. With that jnana, if you do our activities, we'll be peacefully situated in our life. Come what it may, whether promotion is coming this year or coming next year, I am doing my job. How you would be feeling, so the moment you have that kind of consciousness developing, cultivate that kind of consciousness, you feel very free, not really burdened with some expectation. The moment expectation is, it really burdens you. So, but without expectation, you'll be like a free bird, you will be like a free bird. Just we will do that work and we'll move on. So this is the jnana. So once we have that jnana, do our activities, regulating our senses and doing our activities in that consciousness. Jnanam luddha param shantim. Shanti. One will attain peace in the life. Okay. So we'll just pause here because we have to hard stop at 7:30. Okay. So if we have any questions, comments, we can try to quickly clarify anything. Okay. So just remember this. Yes. So just to summarize, we should have faith in Guru, Sadhu, Shastra, and with that faith, you do your duties, activities, and understand this karma yoga. Particularly, we are karmis doing our so many activities, right? So understand this karma yoga concept of doing our duties without attachment to the results, without attachment to the activity, without even detaching yourself from the activity. Okay, all this. And control the senses. Control the senses means whatever eyes are seeing. Yes, you can see with the eyes, you can see anything at this moment. Sitting in the house also, going to a YouTube channel or going through TV, you can watch anything. But we try to control, because knowledge what it is giving here is the knowledge about what the real knowledge is about the matter, the jiva and the Lord, connecting them together. That is really the knowledge. So what we all aspire for is to receive that kind of knowledge, which is going to be helpful to lead this life. Any mundane knowledge which is only related to the matter alone, not having any connection with the Krishna, is going to be not useful so much. But it is useful to the extent it is only required to maintain this body. That's all. Beyond that, it's of not going to be much use. We have to understand the inadequacy, or now what we do not get, just we are attached to only the mundane knowledge. So then, having this knowledge and regulating the senses, what we get is Shanti, is formula. And the last sloka I will tell. Bhoktaram yajnatapsam sarvaloka mahesham suhridam sarvabhutanam jnatvam shanti murchati. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. And if you have a real understanding of Krishna, real understanding of knowledge, that understanding is this. What is that? Bhoktaram yajnatapasam. Supreme enjoyer is Krishna. Bhokta is enjoyer. Supreme enjoyer is Krishna, not me. Then Bhoktaram Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. He is the master, control, Ishvara. He is the controller of the all. Sarvaloka, all lokas. Maheshwaram. Second point. Bhoktaram Sarvalokam. Suhridam Sarvabhutanam. He is the well-wisher of all living entities. He is the well-wisher of all, everybody. When he says everybody, it does not mean only the human beings. Even the birds, and they are also human. They are also living beings. May not be human beings, but they are living beings. He is the well-wisher of all. He is the well-wisher of my enemy also. I might be only well-wisher of only some people, very selective people. But Krishna is well-wisher of me, my well-wishers, my enemy, and everyone. And whoever knows this, will be always peaceful. So this is another peace formula that is again given in Bhagavad Gita. So we have to just understand, meditate on this, and have that faith, trust in Krishna, Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra, and get our lives guided all the time, day in, day out. And have a sloka of Bhagavad Gita, at least try to read it, memorize it, read it, just read through. There's translation, hardly 5 minutes it takes for us to read it. So go through this. And at the end, there's one important point Prabhupada said in this sloka, in this purport. This faith is attained by the discharge of devotional service. Simply by acting in Krishna consciousness, one can attain the highest perfection, is the real faith. So, being situated in God consciousness or Krishna consciousness is not difficult. Process is simple, but it depends upon the practitioner. It depends on the sincerity of the practitioner. That's where it becomes difficult or challenging. But otherwise, process is simple. And what is the process? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Iti Shodasakanamnam Kalikalmarshanasanam No Parataropaya Sarva Vedeshu Drishyate. If you look into all the scriptures, the essence and the conclusion of all the scriptures is Hare Krishna Mahamantra, which annihilates, removes all the Kali Kalmasha, all the the problems or of this contamination in this material in this Kali Yuga, all that would be annihilated just by chanting this Hare Krishna. That is the essence of the scriptures. If we have that faith, firm faith in that, and just follow that as prescribed by the Acharyas, Srila Prabhupada, our life certainly will be glorious, sure to attain peace. Not so long, very far. It's very soon. Achirena digachati. Very soon. Achirena means very soon, instantly. So the delay is only my side, because I am not so determined to accept this simple, simple practice, a simple instruction. So let's make our lives glorious. Just accept this simple instruction by Srila Prabhupada and the Acharyas and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which is the prescription or medicine to cure ourselves from this Bhava Roga. Okay? Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Gurudev ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande.